I did not bribe a federal agent. Knowingly. And another thing, I am not reviewing Batman Arkham City unless I get a cameo from a celebrity with a verified Twitter account. Hold on a second. Hey guys, LegendaryBadass here. This week I'm reviewing Battlefield 3.
Battlefield 3 is a modern first-person shooter from EA's DICE, a Swedish developer. The series has several releases over the years on the PC, dating back to 2002, but on home consoles, sequels are less frequent, unlike rival Call of Duty, which I refer to as the Madden of shooters. As far as the single-player campaign is concerned, the story revolves around a Marine named Blackburn, who recounts his knowledge of a planned terrorist strike against the United States, leading up to the first mission of the game where he must single-handedly go die-hard in the subway. Being an ultimate badass, I of course started out on the highest available difficulty, which in Battlefield 3 is imaginatively titled Hard. On first playthrough, most missions should take about an hour. Unlike COD, enemies are less grenade happy and usually don't spawn continuously. The game isn't looking for you to lead the invasion as much as it wants you to clear the area. This gives you less targets to shoot at, but at the same time is far less frustrating and more realistic. And between deployment, you can get your butt chewed by 24's Agent Pierce. Though you're mostly on foot, there are vehicle missions like this one where you play F-18 pilot Jennifer Hawkins, who may or may not be Miss Universe. I say pilot because I damn sure wasn't flying the jet. Instead, I was shooting down hostiles and painting targets in a manner similar to COD 4's C-130 gunship mission. The graphics are gorgeous. Battlefield 3 is really one of the best looking titles I've come across on the Xbox 360. Quite a remarkable feat considering it's a multi-platform release and therefore has Microsoft's Dinosaur weighing it down. The Frostbite 2 engine brings dynamic lighting and the ability to destroy walls, making finding cover for you and the enemy a difficult proposition. This is something that Call of Duty doesn't pull off as convincingly, and since Battlefield 3 is about twice as pretty, I can imagine you'll want to leave prom with it. Take it to your room at the hotel, leaving Wallflower COD standing. You'll get Battlefield 3 pregnant with download content. Your parents, of course, will want to kill you, so in the least, don't spend their money on future map packs. Visually, it reminds me of Mirror's Edge, a game I recently called the most underrated of the last decade, which also came from DICE. This is really evident when it comes time to roof hop. The attention to detail is as striking as it is hit or miss. Sweet lighting effects and textures, but you have to install a 1.5 gig texture pack for HD quality. I also noticed that dead civilians are actually demons with whom the entire world can be seen through their eyes. Seriously, DICE, if you're going to give me collateral damage, then do it right and finish the models. You want glitches? Well, I spotted them. Check out these guys frozen in the air on Operation Guillotine. They took part in a scripted explosion which you can turn away before the nade goes off. You can catch them in suspended animation. And what's with these guys going Kitty Pryde on my Colossus? There's also a dedicated co-op campaign that you can play with a friend. You'll need it to be a friend because none of the asshats playing this game use a mic, and cooperation is paramount, especially if you're planning on sniping the terrorists before they kill the hostages. Probably the biggest selling point for the title is online multiplayer, which is structured a lot like, take a guess, Call of Duty, giving players performance-based perks like new weapons and camo. Of the game types, I enjoyed Rush the most. You're assigned to either attack a base or defend it. Defenders have infinite lives, while attacking force is only permitted to die around 80 times per area. If bases fall, action is moved further uptown. This is something of a downfall in of itself, as maps back up for what feels like 5 times. So if you lose bases, you'll fall back to more bases you can lose, making each game session last nearly an hour. Now's the time in the show where I usually give out some tips. It's a first-person shooter, avoid getting shot. When you do get hit, take a breather on the ground. Your health will replenish in a few seconds, at which point you can resume fragging. As is now widespread, the left trigger pulls up the sight. This will help you locate targets, but some weapons like the shotgun don't need it to be effective. Speaking of locating targets, not every enemy is designated with the orange glow overhead. So if you see someone that doesn't have the comforting blue glow of friendship, shoot them. Bear in mind that firing your weapon will put you in your opponent's radar. So when possible, attempt a stealth kill. The game is great, but there's plenty of gripes to close this review. 2 discs, EA? When switching from single player to multiplayer, you have to switch DVDs. even if you installed the game. I can see the marketing strategy behind this, allowing stores to rent out the single-player campaign and leave online multiplayer to buyers, which is bad enough considering that EA did their cheap trick once again of requiring an access code to play online. This is to discourage picking up Battlefield 3 used, because doing so will all but force you to pay $10 for online rights. Expect EA to keep doing this because titles like this in Madden are so popular that nickel and diming won't affect sales.
Battlefield 3 is pretty impressive, though they were a little cheap with not including instruction manual and some other problems. Overall, I'm going to give Battlefield 3... Whoa. Okay, that's fine.
There's a yellow thing around there.
Shut up!
Okay, go.
Okay, here goes. God, dog!